Activity 2, the first thing I'm going to do, they ask me to prepare the note. So let me just quickly make sure that you understand in a test, I'm not going to give it to you like this. There will most definitely be some of the information left out that you need to complete. So you have to know your format. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch that out to remember not to block and top there. Then, I think the easiest thing to do is to quickly put in my current account balances. That was my opening balance, right? Because it's the start of the year. Or like they say, the last day of the previous year, which would mean the opening balance. And I see here both of them are credit. And I was told you yesterday, debit is brackets, credit no brackets. So I'm just going to transfer that there, 7,000 and 6,005, giving me 13,500. So already I got ticks there. The second thing I'm going to do, the second thing is I'm going to look for my net profit. Now they didn't give me net profit, but they give me profit and loss, and I know that is most net profit, right? So that 427 is going to go here, net profit at the total, 427. So already I got a few ticks there. Now I see, if I read here, they tell me Rex registered his personal van worth 40,000 in the same partnership on 1st September and requested that this will be regarded as a contribution. And when they talk that, they actually mean a capital contribution. Okay. His partner Alex said yes. So that 40,000 is going nowhere in the current accounts. But that 40,000 is important when we get to the interest on capital. Right. Sure. Number next. A salary check, we don't drop checks anymore. A salary of 14,000 was paid to Rex. But it was erroneously, meaning by mistake, posted to the drawings of Alex. Now, if you remember right, yesterday I said to you, up until here, these things here, is what we call the partner's earnings. This does not form, even though it sounds like things in the income statement, I will not put this salary bonus interest in the income statement. They don't go there. They are part of the partner's earnings. And what's the partner's earnings? The part of the net profit that goes to Rex, that goes to Alex. Okay. And what do I do during the year if they start taking part of their earnings? I will record it as drawings. Okay. So it will be drawings and bank. Good. So now I see it's supposed to go into Rex, but we put it into Alex. So I want to take it out of Alex. So if I take the drawings amounts, I'm somewhat going to do it here. I see Alex is 250, 800. I want to take out the 14, and that's going to give me. And please remember the brackets, né? Because it's negative. Then, if I look at Rex, Rex has got 157,500, and I'm going to add the 14. So that's going to give me 171. Anybody? This was homework, by the way. 171,500. And then the total is, please you guys must be quick on your calculators. 394. Okay. So now I already got quite a few marks. And I only start now with the partnership agreement. So the first thing is they are entitled to monthly salaries. Alex and Rex. And then they say the salary of Alex is increased. So he gets a salary increase. Rex doesn't. So let's do Rex first. So 14 times 12, because I want to show his salary for the whole year, and that gives me how much? Okay. Now, if I look at Alex, Alex gets 14.5 a month, ne? So if I times that with 12, it gives me how much? Okay, but now they also tell me he got an increase of 60,000 per year. Meaning if I divide it by 12, I see, oh, he gets 5,000 a month extra. Right? So he's going to earn 19,500. Okay? But now, when did that increase come into play? 1st of December. So it's only December, January, February. So it's only for 3 months that he got the increase, meaning 15,000. You see? You could have also done it different. You could have said 14,500 for 9 months, 19,500 for 3 months. And you would have got the same thing, 189 for Alex. Yes. What's wrong? 408. 408, 300. Okay. And what's the total for salaries? There is no bonus. You can leave it open like that. You can write 000. You can make dashes. Doesn't matter. Now we get to interest. Okay. So when I go to the interest, it's Rex who has a different one. Alex is straightforward. So let's do Alex first. And they say it's 15% per year. So if I say 160 times 15%, it's going to give me how much? 34,000. 24,000. Now let's look at Rex. So if we look at Rex, the start of the year, meaning the 1st of March, his capital was 100. Then on the, 1st of September. I can't see it. Yeah, 1st of September, he increases it with 40,000. So you've got 2 methods you can calculate it. Remember, you can only calculate for when you have it. So I'm going to do it like we did depreciation, the new and the old. So the new one is the 40,000. I add the 40,000, 15% for 6 months. Ne? September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 months. And that gives me what? 3,000. Then I'm going to take the old one. That 100,000, I have the whole year. So it gives me 15. Can you see the interest is 18,000. The other method I can use is I can say, oh, I had 100,000 up until September, which is 6 months. March, April, May, June, July, August. Don't count September, 6 months. So this gives me 7,500. Now, from the 1st of September, I have 140,000. You see? 15%, 6 months gives me 10,500. Can you see it also adds up to 18? You guys fine? Okay. Now, in here goes 18. So if I add, I get 42. And now I add downwards. So it gives me, anybody? Okay. Sure. So what I can see now, what I can see now is my profit, let me highlight it. My profit is 427. I already allocated or appropriated 399. So what haven't I appropriated? What do I have left? 28. Can everybody see that I got the 28 by saying 427 less 399? Okay. Now I need to distribute it evenly or according to what they say. And they say in proportion to their capital balances on the 1st of March. So what's their capital balances? It's 160,000 to 100,000. Now this isn't maths. You can work with 160,000 over 260,000. How did I get that? 160 plus 100. Or you can make it smaller. I would literally go cancel out the zeros. Then I'm left with 16 to 10. Most of you said 8 to 5, I'm quite sure. So now how will I calculate? 16 pieces. The other guy gets 10 pieces. So in total, there's 26 pieces. Or if you guys did 8 to 5, it would be 13 pieces. Okay. So now when I calculate the profit, I will say 28,000 times, this guy gets 16 out of the 26. Or you can say 13 out of, I'm lying, 8 out of the 13. The other guy gets 10 out of the 26 or 5 out of the 13. Okay. So, what does the first guy get? 17? Okay. We're going to just round it off. So you round it. It's a 0.7, so you make it a 1. And this one is then going to be 1. Okay. Just make sure that if you add those two, it gives you the total. Now I'm going to add downwards. So again, I say 9, 6, 7, 6, 9, 1. 1, 3, 2, 10, 3, 2. Is that right? And you can always check that this adds up to this and this add up to this. They always work in a square like this. Can you see? Square. Okay, the square is just not right. It should be like this. Square like this. Okay. Now I need to minus the drawings. So let's go. 1, 3, 12 minus 8 is 4. 9 is 3. Ooh, this one is a negative. So what's the negative? Can you see that this guy used more, he drew more than what he earned? Which is fine, because next year it just means he starts negative. So it just makes what he can take next year maybe a little bit less. That's all it means. Okay, what do I get for X? And for total? 18.7. Okay, now I go down again. 7 and 5 is 12. 4 and 8. It's also 12. Is it 22,200? 32,200. Okay. This and this one is 431. Because you start negative plus the 7. Are we fine?